Dom, coming off the grand final, how many beers did you have to pay for over the summer?
Yeah, I hung around Perth for a while to make the most of it. But no, it was a good few months, and enjoyed it with the boys and family and friends. So it's good to be back there.
How has your life changed as a result of one moment?
Yeah, I didn't know that it would actually change so much, but yeah, it's changed a lot. I think it hasn't quite sunk in what our 22 and our playing squad was able to achieve last year. So I think the more we go on and towards the end of our careers, it'll really sink in to realise what we actually did.
But personally, with that moment, like when you're involved with such a big moment in a game, how often is it brought up with you when you walk down the street?
Yeah, a bit, but you know, and that's why it's so hard to let go of last year and the Premiership and what we were able to achieve. But you know, we've got to find ways to move on with it. It's 2019 now. We'll take a lot of confidence out of what we did in 2018, but we've got to get on with it.
Dom, you said there's a lot of changes. What's been the biggest change that you've found?
Oh, I think people, Perth, how small it is, it's like they're footy mad. So yeah, they just love it. The amount of happiness that you can bring to family, friends, fans is just was the thing that probably hit me the most.
You already were a big deal in Kalgoorlie, but have you exceeded Dean Kemp up there now?
No, I don't think so. Dean Kemp's an absolute champion of the game and of that town, so I think he still holds that, but we'll see how the next few years pan out.
What interactions stand out for you, in particular one funny or different interaction in Kalgoorlie or Perth with a fan, or anything that was a bit out of the ordinary?
Oh no, nothing out of the ordinary. I think yeah, it's all been pretty much the same. But yeah, it's hard to let go of what we did, but we've got to move on. We'll take confidence into 2019.
Not that it really matters, but how's your goal kicking been since then on the training track?
Yeah, it's been okay. I think when I'm lining up to have a set shot, I'm a bit more confident now. So. But yeah, look, that was just one of those kicks where you get them some days and you don't get them. I was just lucky to be that player, right place, right time, and it happened to go in. So it could have been very different, but fortunately it went through.
Team sport's a wonderful thing in that people don't like to let blokes get ahead of themselves. Is it fair to say that they're letting you know about it?
Yeah, the boys are letting me know about it, but look, that's how tight we are as a playing group, and the boys are able to do that to each other, so it's good.
Who else have you got in your world that's making sure you stay level?
Yeah, Chris Maston's probably the main one, but we actually did a 2K time trial today and he got beaten for the first time in about 8 or 9 years, so that was good, so I'll give that to him as well.
Have you bumped into any like newborn babies named Dom or anything like that?
No, I don't. I think I saw one bloke actually got a tattoo on him of me, so that was actually pretty cool, but other than that, mate, no.
That must be so surreal.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a joke. Yeah, he must have had a few beers.
Where did you see him?
Nah, I got a pie sent to me. Yeah.
How satisfying was it after going outside last year to finish off as strong as you did with that, probably the peak sort of game-winning goal in a grand final?
Yeah, it was satisfying. I think being in and out of the team last year, footy's a funny game and it shows how much it can change so quickly. So for me to be able to get my opportunity at the back end of last year and have a good month of footy and play my role in finals and get it done on the bigger stage gives you a lot of confidence as a playing group and me individually to go into 2019 head on.
Surely that's solidified your spot in the 22 now?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. Look, that was... yeah, I finished the year off well and I'll take confidence from that. But, you know, footy is a funny game and it can change very quickly. You know, only 2 or 3 bad games off being back out of the team again, and you've got a whole new bunch of draftees who are coming into the club wanting your spot and are hungry. So, you know, footy, it's a funny game.
Do you feel like you are in the best 22, Dom?
I think when I'm playing my best footy and what I'm capable of, I think I am. But, you know, I've got to make sure I train well and do everything right to be able to give myself the best opportunity to perform on game day.
What were the key, the indicators that you had to work on when you got dropped a couple of times last year and now moving forward? What were the big factors for you?
Yeah, I think I was just lacking a bit of confidence. I wasn't playing the footy I was capable of playing, and that was a chat that Simo and I had. So I had to work on a lot of areas. I needed to get the footy in my hands more. I needed to be better defensively and just my general intent. So I think I went back to East Perth and got a good month of footy in there and then got my opportunity again and I took it. But you know, it's a new year now, and I've got to make sure that doesn't happen again.
There'll be several points during the season where there'll be blokes playing waffle who reckon they don't deserve to be there, they should be playing AFL, they want to be playing AFL. Do you think you'll be the guy they'll be coming to next season to say, how did you get back? What did you do?
Yeah, possibly, but haven't been there. Back of the waffle 3 times, dropped 3 times. I think there's other boys, Will Schofield and these types who are also in and out of the team. I think when you're playing in a top 8, top 4 team, you're going to have players playing in the 2s who are capable of playing at AFL level, and that's just a reality of footy. And you have to stick to it and keep your head down and try to stay focused. But that's how footy is.
We were spoken last year that you've always been going with 2 ruckmen and 7 forwards, 7 defenders, 6 mids, regardless. And if someone missed out, they missed out. Is that going to be? Have you discussed structure of the team yet? And is it going to be the same this year?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much will change. I think not too much, but Simo hasn't actually gone over exactly what we'll do. But as we go into pre-season more, we'll start getting stuck in a game plan and how we're going to go about it. But I couldn't imagine there'd be too many changes.
You had a PB in your 3K trial before the Christmas break. How are you feeling now?
Yeah, feeling good. So yeah, we still had a big program over Christmas. We had 3 weeks off, but yeah, the boys come back and run well, and it looks like we're just as fit as what we were this time last year. So that's a positive sign.
Who knocked off Marston?
Smithy, which is good. So I'll be giving it to him for the next few weeks, I think.
You spoke about competition for spots, Dom. Is that how you guys, the senior guys, move on from the grand final, thinking that there are these guys coming up, pushing up from underneath, and you do need to put it in the past so you look forward and your spot is up for grabs?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you can't shy away from the fact that it did happen last year and we did win the flag, but we've got to find ways to continually improve. And we see after the last few years in footy, things can change so quickly, and if you don't adapt to styles of play and what other teams are doing, then you're going to get beaten, and there's no bad teams in the competition. So you've got to be on every single week, and you've got to train really well and do everything to make sure you're best prepared game day.
You said a couple of months after the grand final that you hadn't seen the game yet. Have you watched it?
I haven't watched the whole thing, but I've watched snippets of it. But yeah, I think I'll leave that for a little while and yeah, get on with 2019.
Is that why you wouldn't watch it? Just to avoid getting stuck in the past?
Yeah, I did try. I tried putting it on for a little bit, but I got nervous and I wasn't enjoying the first quarter too much, so I turned it off again. But yeah, look, I think I'll put it away and save it for another date.
Do you get goosebumps when you watch yourself kick that goal?
I think it's more, it brings back memories, but not necessarily goosebumps. But, like I was saying, I was just that one lucky player to be right spot, right time. We did a full pre-season, played 25, 26 games to get to that position. So I was just that one lucky guy who had the opportunity to finish off a good year for the boys. And, hopefully we can take confidence from that and go again.
Same situation, same spot, same time in the same game this year. Do you back yourself in again?
I'll definitely take confidence from doing it last time, but we'll see. Let's go down there and have another crack. But it'd be nice to have the opportunity again, because it means you're playing in another grand final. So yeah, I don't know.
So do you have a licence now to have a ping from anywhere you want?
I'm yet to have that chat with Simo, but I'm probably a bit worried too. But yeah, I think when I cross paths with him in the whole way, I might throw the question to him.
Apart from Josh today, Dom, who else has stood out in this pre-season? I know it's only early, but there's still guys who missed out on last year's grand final that'll be hunting for a spot.
Yeah.
Anyone stood out?
Oh, look, I think everybody's come back in good nick and everybody's hungry, I think. Gaffy's really fit. Scoey's come back good again. Gov's running good times. So, and a lot of the younger boys who have got 1 or 2 pre-seasons under their belt now, they're all ready to go, and we've got a fairly healthy squad at the moment. So it'll be good competition for good competition throughout the pre-season.
Have Gaff and Shepherd been maybe a little bit more vocal this time, because sometimes with Premiership sides, it's the guys that missed out that actually drive the next one or the next year?
Yeah, I think they've been the same as usual. They haven't necessarily gone one way or another. They're just Gaffy and Sheppy. And, as much as they missed out on a flag, there was 20-odd other blokes who did as well, who are also hungry for one. So, yeah, they've been good.
Happened a long time before the grand final, but you maybe got your chance to lock down that spot on the side when Gaffy went out of the side. Did you talk about, I guess it's a fortunate chain of events for yourself and you were able to make the most of it. You spoken about that with him at all?
Yeah, I haven't spoken about that with Gaffy in particular, but yeah, that's how I found my way back in the team again last year. But, you know, a fit and healthy squad this year, there's only so many midfield positions, and there's going to be that competition once again this year, and you're going to have players who are capable of playing AFL footy being the twos again. So it's just a matter of who it's going to be, and who's playing good footy, who's not playing good footy, injuries. So there's a lot of variables, but it's a good problem to have.
Where did you go during? You obviously went to Cal for the parade and stuff. Where else did you head to?
Yeah, I went back to Kalgoorlie a couple of times, and that was good. Then hung around Perth a fair bit, and went to Noosa just before Christmas, and down south. So it was a good break, and it was nice to not have any surgeries or anything like that, to be able to get some running and training under my belt over the break as well, to try work off a few of those beers. But yeah, it's good.
Noosa is in football territory. Were you recognised in Noosa?
No, I wasn't. So yeah, it was my first time there, and I enjoyed it. But it was good to get away for a bit.
And have you literally had people buying your beers, buying your coffees, and how excited have the fans been? What have they done to you when they have seen you?
There's a couple of things here and there, but nothing out of the ordinary. It's been pretty stock standard.
Sheeta, what's the feeling like from the group when you got to run a 2K our first week back? Are they all kind of dreading it? Are you excited for it? Seeing as though it's the second one, you do want to improve and run a good time. What's the feeling like this morning when you had to step out on track at 8:30 in the morning to punch one out?
Yeah, it's funny because you know, you can play in front of 40,000, 50,000, even 100,000 people, but there's no feeling like running a 2K in 30-degree heat against your mates. You still get nervous and get that little bit of anxiety and start thinking, did I train hard over the break, and did I tick every box and stuff like that? So it's a weird feeling. You still do get nervous, but it's only 6-7 minutes of running at the end of the day. So the boys ran really well.
When you look at the 2015 grand final, then your performance in 2018's, how much more prepared were you now looking at both in hindsight?
Yeah, well, prepared. Our group was 3 years more experienced. Our senior blokes who played in both, and I think the way we handled 15 to 18 was different in so many ways in terms of how to handle the week leading up to grand final and all the noise around it, and how to train, how to prepare, and more importantly, when you get out there, what it's like. So the boys who played in the 15, I think were a lot better for it this time around, and it showed, I think.
But personally, did you feel perhaps overawed in 2015 compared to this year? Because you were dominant, obviously, for periods.
Yeah, in 15, I was only in my second year of footy, so I was probably thinking, how good's this, like second year playing in a grand final. And it probably got to me like it got to a lot of other blokes who were playing in their first grand final. So I think we were better for the experience, and you know, it showed, and the leadership that our senior boys showed on grand final day really drove those younger boys who hadn't played in one up to another level as well.
Tom, during the off-season, so the Champion Data put out sort of statistical rankings of how they see the teams placed going into the next season. I think particularly the Eagles midfield was sort of in the sort of lower half of the competition. Has the squad seen that? Did they hear that? And is it burning or driving the squad?
Yeah, heard something like that, but we don't necessarily buy into any of that. We're very much a role-driven midfield and a role-driven team. So how these stats and stuff rank, it doesn't really faze us.
Dom, you're out of contract, I believe, end of this year. Have you had any discussions around that since the end of last season?
Not since the end of last season. I think we'll try work on something, but look, I just want to get a good pre-season under my belt, and it's good to be back out there training with the boys playing footy. So,
is there something you'd like to get done before the start of the season? Obviously, contract stuff dominated a bit last year with some of the bigger name guys. Yeah,
it'd be nice. I think obviously I'm no McGovern, Gaff or Lysett, but yeah, look, it'd be nice, but we'll see how it plays out. But I'm not focused on it at the moment at all.